Honestly, I can't even really believe that I'm actually making this video. It's been a while since I've sat down and read the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This is one of the most controversial books made and distributed. It's banned in prison, and most people just write it off as a book that narcissistic and manipulative people use. Now, I would love to make my channel all about summaries of different types of self-help books. So if you do enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Okay, so in this book, the author Greene goes over the ways to subtly gain power in what he calls a power-stricken society. We live in times where some of us feel that the school environments are bad or work environments are terrible. School system is a scam and we're not really learning as much as we could. And the people at the top just seem to get richer and richer while everybody at the bottom is increasing their debt. There's this rule of life that we are taught in grade school, but if taken too literally, the author says that you'll get crushed by those around you. It's honestly a fairly interesting book to read. Now, I'm not the person who's willing to decept or manipulate the people around me. I'm just not interested in playing this social hierarchy game and putting up a facade my entire life. And to be honest, I don't think most decent people will. The key of this book is to extract different social phenomena that predators may use against you. And the prevalence of this book is to gain power by avoiding people with this hungry power mindset. There are 7 chapters that even the average non-manipulative person, quote unquote, needs to read. The first part is be mindful of the company you keep. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. This chapter goes over one important life lesson. Humans are extremely susceptible to the moods, emotions, and even the ways of thinking of those whom they spend their time. You know the saying, the cliche saying that you are a product of your environment. This doesn't necessarily just mean your parents, your siblings, or the high school you went to. You are also the product of who you hang out with today, what you watch today, how much screen time you have today. And it's fascinating that people, including me, can hear the saying, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and still hang out with people that don't share the same goals with them. You have to actively go and find those people who you want to be with. Avoid victims and people with chronic dissatisfaction in their life. Chapter 19, know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Do you guys ever watch those TikToks? And I know I'm preaching about, don't watch TikToks, whatever. But there is this one TikTok where there's this insecure guy who takes everything literally and personally. Those are the most exhausting people to be around because you have to walk on eggshells around them and you are constantly offending them. I say, and I also agree with this part in the book, don't be around people who find ways to make your behavior aggressive or disrespectful to their well-being without having proper communication. Those people who, get so offended by the little things that you do where they'll go around and talk BS behind your back, tell everyone that you're, a bad person, but in reality, they're just really insecure. Stop trying to humble yourself around somebody who needs to be humbled, who thinks that they're so much better than life that they don't have to have anything in life and that everybody else needs to submit to their power. They're weird. So much depends on your reputation. Guard it with your life. Your reputation will protect you from the social hierarchy of appearances. Let's just say you're ugly. Just kidding. Most people who hang around the same people often have similar reputations with each other. The way the popular kids in middle school hang out with each other, they have the reputation of being deceptive, being rich, being social. Similarly, the kids who, let's just say skated, they have a reputation of breaking rules, smoking, and being too honest. I think these 3 chapters go over a valuable lesson. Be careful who you hang around with. One person can give you the power of the world. Another one can make you feel as if the world is on top of you. It means have a safe enough distance where if the only people in your life are negative or they don't possess a knowledge of, bettering themselves, make the smart choice to be with yourself more than these people. Part 2. Slow and steady wins the race. Many people want the ending, the fast cars, the pretty women/men, gorgeous kids, and a big house. You have to recreate yourself if you're missing this. The fast cars don't go to broke people. Pretty women don't go to insecure men. Gorgeous kids don't come from bummy women. Who is the person that you need to become in order for you to obtain these material things? Do you have to be a lawyer, a doctor, an entrepreneur, and a musician? And what are the steps in order to, become those things? The problem that we all find ourselves with is that there's no one answer. If you're really confused on who or what you want to do for the rest of your life, then just start something. Eventually, life will shut doors, open windows, and show you the way. If you have an inkling, then follow that lead as well. No matter what you choose, it will take many years of work before you gain the fame, attention, money, or, love. So make sure to start working now by creating a plan. How can you become more secure? Chase the feeling of insecurity. That will remove the fear of it. How can you be good at something? Fail at it every day, just like a muscle that breaks and becomes stronger over time. You need to break the fears that you kind of hold on to, the fears that make your personality weak. So for context too, there has been so many times where, I've wanted to finish something quote unquote on time and I didn't have the ability to. Right now, I'm reading a very good book. It's not the 48 Laws of Power, but it's a different book. I was about 100 pages, maybe even 70 pages in when I realized that I actually wasn't reading the book. I was just picking up the words on the book and skimming it. I thought I was reading it, but I wasn't really actually comprehending the text. So I went back to page 1, and in every paragraph, I started to kind of write on the margin the notes. Now I understand the book, and if I ever tested on it, I would win that quote-unquote race. Part 3. Use money as a way to build connections, your ideal self, and social appearance. So you may be questioning, what is an ideal self? And maybe most people already know what that means, but some people may struggle with this answer, not knowing a clear path on who they want to be in the world. There's so many influencers that will tell you to go ahead and be an influencer, but they're not even good at being an influencer. They're just good at telling you to be one. There's so many people who want to stream on Minecraft all day, but it's not a realistic thing. It's just a hobby, and maybe you shouldn't pursue that passion. There's many people who want to become doctors and lawyers, but they're just not good at it, and they don't actually want to put the time in. Getting to this version of yourself can be hard, though. Green says those in power use the external to properly counter the world around them. Essentially, if you're careful about your appearance, you can orchestrate the events to your tailor. Not just your physical appearance, also your mental, your emotional, the way, your personality, essentially. The more you invest into yourself, the more you invest into, let's just say, going to the gym, which I talk about way too much, the more you invest into the way you look. And again, if you follow some of the other internet's tips on how to improve your looks, not just your face or your hair, but how you wear your clothes, if you're going to wear, a regular t-shirt versus a polo, or you spend more money on your education and use the money that you're making, not just on short-term pleasures, not just on GTA 6, not just on new shoes, not just on consumerism, but things that will benefit you in the long term, this is a better way to quote unquote gain power in the power stricken society. Now, this book and these 3 points were really good. I would recommend you to read chapters 10, 19, 5, and 29 and 35. Those are the chapters out of the 48. I think there's a couple more, but I just didn't, put them in. Those are the chapters that don't have any reversals. And if you pay attention to all the chapters that don't have reversals, you know that this is the best way to kind of better your life, because there is no downfall in doing these laws. Every other law in the book is stupid. I'm going to just be honest with you. Every other law where it's like, you need to court all attention, but then, no, actually, be careful, the reversal, be careful, you have to be mysterious around these people. It's like, nah, I'm just going to not even do that because you're telling me to do one thing. How am I going to know not to, I'm going to work on this behavior, and then it's going to actually be my downfall in a different environment. So you know what? I'm just going to work on the behaviors that are a benefit to me in every single environment that I go to, and not being around the wrong people, and being slow and steady to my goals, and using money in order to cultivate my appearance to become a better person. These 3 things out of all of the 48 laws are probably the best things to help me and help you improve your life.